Hello! My name is Kallista, and welcome back to the Shapeshifting Detective. In the last episode, we learned a couple of very interesting things. Firstly, we believe there is going to be another murder. Well, the tarot readers believe there is going to be another murder, and considering they were right about the first one, I'm inclined to believe them about the second. They believe that the next target is going to be Ellis Monroe of Poe and Monroe fame, one of the radio hosts for the local radio station. We also learned that apparently Violet believes she's being abducted by aliens. We do have the option to bluff her, however, I think I'd rather turn into the chief and, say, hey, tell Sam about the abductions rather than trying to bluff. I think she'll know. I think she'll know that we're lying, so we're going to leave that for the minute.
It's awful.
Quite creepy. Pose.
Bronwyn. Ooh, tell me about Ellis Monroe. Rain said you knew about rights. Yes, Rain opened up and told us about travellers and things like that. Yeah, do you know, Zach Weston? We couldn't actually talk to Bronwyn or Lexie in the last chapter. They were both doing phone readings for people, so we should have a few things to talk to the pair of them about. Let's start at the top. Tell me about Ellis Monroe.
I've heard on the radio, but other than that, I don't know anything about her. I want to help though.
What's the connection between Ellis and Dorota? Well, they're both redheads, and they both have connections to music. Dorota was a cello player, and Ellis is a radio host. So I think those are the connections. To be fair, they did both know each other. They knew each other. They were in a relationship together. Which, again, it throws up the question of, is this a traveller, or is this just your average person who's like, oh, they're sluts, and they might be gay, therefore we do the stabbings, or stranglings in this case. It could be either. It could be a traveller, wanting to kill red-headed musicians, or it could be your average person who was annoyed at the pair of them for whatever reason. What's the connection between Ellis and Dorota?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Although we can be sure of one thing.
They both know the killer, they're both redheads. At this stage, it's very difficult to say that they both know the killer because we can't be certain of who the killer is. I've got my eye on 4 people, the only 4 that don't have some sort of solid alibi, and that is Lexie and Rain. And I think if either of them is the killer, it's going to be a traveller was involved. And then we have Zach and Violet. And if it's them, then I think it's a case of, oh, I wanted to sleep with her. In Zach's case, he wanted to sleep with Dorota. She wouldn't fuck him. And then afterwards he found out, oh, she was willing to sleep with Ellis and she's sexy too. And she won't let me take smutty pictures of her. What a whore. I've got to kill her too. I think that's Zach's motivation. And if it's Violet's, then Zach has shown an interest in both of these women. They're clearly whores who are tempting her man. They must be gotten rid of. Both Dorota and Ellis knew Zach, but I don't know if either of them knew Violet. And there's no telling that they knew Lexie or Rain because they were new in town. So it's rather impossible to say that they both knew the killer, but they are both redheads. They're both redheads.
Yeah, she sounded blonde on the radio, but Mercury called her as a redhead.
That... She does make a good point. They would have absolutely no way of knowing that Ellis was a redhead unless they'd seen a picture of her in the paper. But they would have absolutely no way of knowing what Ellis looked like. It does kind of make me believe them more, if that makes sense. That they are genuinely using this tarot deck and it's picking out like, okay, these people have, certain physical attributes in common and... I could see it going either way at this stage. Rain said you knew about rights.
A little bit. What did you want to know?
What is a right?
A rite can take many forms, but from what we know about these travelers, it seems to be performing some kind of coming-of-age ceremony.
Coming of age, how do you know about travelers? Oh no, those are both good. Those are both good. Shit. I want to know everything. I'm more drawn to coming of age, to be honest. Getting into the tarot reader's backstory would be incredibly interesting. You know, how did they find out about travelers? When did they start chasing them? That would all be really cool information. But for right now, I think it's more important that we get a decent grasp of what are the travelers' motivations. Yeah. If she has some more information on, what the travelers usually do, any... clearly travelers have types. In this case, red-headed musicians. In Birmingham, it was... Was it African girls? I remember the first one was called Ginny. I think it was... I think it was going after African girls or something like that. West Indian, perhaps? I can't remember. I'm just grasping at ethnicities here. Clearly travelers have types, but what exactly do you mean by coming of age? Is it like an interdimensional 18th birthday party that ends in murder? Coming of age?
Yes, a rite of passage. Running havoc in our dimension is rewarded in theirs. Not fair, is it?
Why were there 3 victims before? Will there be 3 this time? Oh, again, that's a good question. That's a good question. I feel like asking, will there be 3? We're asking her to predict the future. And yes, she is a tarot reader, but will there be 3? That kind of depends on us. Will we be able to outsmart it if a traveller is involved? Yeah, we need more information on their motivations. Why were there 3 victims before?
3 is a powerful number. There's a divine balance to it in our universe anyway. But maybe it doesn't mean anything where the traveller's from. Maybe 3 is just the carry-on limit for interdimensional travel.
No, we cannot. No, we can't ask that first one. I was gonna say in demonology, the number 3 is very powerful because it's the the Holy Trinity. Oh bugger, it's been ages since I've been to a church. I'm coming up with the Lord's Prayer. No, the something, and the Holy Ghost. What is... I'm gonna Google that, because that's gonna annoy me. I can't believe I've forgotten that. God damn it. I was raised Roman Catholic, but you can tell that the teachings haven't really stuck. Okay. The Holy Trinity. What is it? I forget. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I was close. I knew one of them. Yeah. Yeah, in demonology, 3 has it's a very powerful number. It's the idea of demons will often do things in 3s as a mockery of God. I am getting all of this information from Ryan Bagara and Shane Madej going ghost hunting. Oh, I can't. I'm having a bad day for remembering shit. They're on the Watcher now. Unsolved, that was it. BuzzFeed's Unsolved. Yeah, they occasionally would speak to priests, and priests would talk about demons and shit. It's very interesting, though. It's very interesting that they've picked 3. Again, I would assume that the Holy Trinity has, had some sort of bearing on that. Yeah, we can't ask the first one. We were told to keep that a secret. And whilst I don't think Bronwyn is the killer, I'm suspicious of both Rain and Lexie, and they are her friends. The likelihood of her running to them and talking to them about it is extremely high. Also, to be blunt, Bronwyn's alibi is rather sketchy. She was doing phone readings, but was she doing phone readings for the whole hour? We can't be sure. So yeah, no, don't want to go with that one. Do you know Zach Weston?
No. I can do a reading if you want.
Oh, yes! Always. We are going to keep fucking about with this tarot deck. Yes.
Chariot. Is Zach a suspect? I'm sensing there's a lot of tension, pent-up frustration, like he's trying to keep everything together, and if he can just do that... I'm sorry, that's not much help to you, is it?
Pent-up frustration. He wanted to bone and he couldn't. The sexy, sexy women would not allow him to put his penis in them, and he got too pent up, too frustrated, and he decided to choke a bitch out. Like, I'm just saying that is always a possibility. Oh, do we want to ask for her help? What help can she offer? I'm inclined to trust the tarot readers. I am, because we haven't seen out dodgy from them. We've seen Violet and Zach being dodgy. The tarot readers are suspicious, but not dodgy. And the chief is... I am way more inclined to trust the tarot readers than I trust the chief. Fuck it. I need your help.
Yes, of course. Anything.
Ooh, keep an eye on Violet. Try to find out more from Mercury. Here's the thing, from how they described Mercury, that tarot deck seems to have a mind of its own. If I remember correctly, with normal tarot decks, you ask a question, you pull the cards, and that is your answer. With Mercury, Mercury asks questions. And I think also provides answers at the same time. If Mercury doesn't have anything else it wishes to divulge, then it's going to be like getting blood from a stone. It's going to be impossible. The chief is keeping an eye on Violet, but I don't trust the chief, so yeah. Keep an eye on Violet.
Why Violet? Do you think she's in danger? You don't think she's involved, do you?
That's what I need to know.
Leave it with me, I'll see what I can find out. And don't worry, I'll be super discreet.
Thank you, Bronwyn. I do appreciate that. Nope, not touching that one. We'll leave.
Gripped my hand. I was gripping hers. I knew she was dead.
You okay? Do you know Ellis Monroe?
Yes, I met her at the radio station.
Oh. Why and when were you there? Why were you at the radio station?
I was offering my services. Earning a living's tricky when you travel around as much as we do. And last time I checked, Violet wasn't offering us room and board for free.
Oh, dear. You know what I was just saying about this making me trust the tarot readers more? I take that back. I take that back. Oh. Dorota was clearly a guess. If we are going off the idea that the tarot readers do not actually possess any kind of power, they are simply people looking at cards and, interpreting their meaning, all of that, Dorota was clearly a guess. However, there will be a redhead in the village with musical talent. That is highly plausible. It's not like they said, oh, there will be a redhead in the village and she will have musical talent and she will also have a third leg and she will walk on the ceiling. Like, that is way too specific, also way too weird. Like, what are you talking about? Redheads with musical ability, that's really common. That is very common. And they could have guessed that. They could have guessed that. And then... Oh, the fact that he knew that Ellis Monroe, who worked at the radio station, also a redhead. Ooh, I don't know about that. Tell me more about Birmingham.
In Birmingham, it was a man called Yuri Harris. He worked as a butcher. He beheaded all 3 girls within hours of each other. And we couldn't stop it. He pleaded not guilty for reason of temporary insanity.
What happened to Yuri? Why do you think Yuri was a traveller? Oh. God, so if there was a traveller involved, they do work quick. They work extremely quick. Again, I'm more drawn to asking about the traveller. Learning what happened to Yuri would be interesting. I would assume he's either in prison or in some sort of, psych ward, something like that. I mean, if you behead 3 girls, they're not just gonna all right, back on the streets, go back to your butcher's shop. Like, no, even if they find you not guilty by reasons of temporary insanity, you are still going to a hospital for a very long time. So, he's not out on the streets, he's gonna be somewhere. This way, if we go for this one, we can gather more information on travellers. We can see if there is any... maybe a common link You know, do travelers have a type of person that they like to possess? Maybe there are telltale signs. Like, that's what I'm thinking. Why do you think Yuri was a traveler?
Because he said he'd see us again. In August. Before we even knew it was a month and a place.
Oh. So is it the same traveller? Could it be the same traveller who's just decided, right, I'm your nemesis and I'm gonna keep fucking shit up? Ooh. Very interesting.
Now, you were exactly spot on, actually, about the sharks being
So what's the news about Ellis? I feel so useless sitting here. I want to help.
Do you really want to help?
Yes, please use me. Tell me what to do.
Oh no! On one hand, having more eyes on various people would be incredibly useful. And like I said, I am inclined to trust the tarot readers a lot more than any other group in this town. But at the same time, what if Lexie dies? What if Lexie dies? I will never forgive myself. I just banged my elbow into the cupboard next to me. I'm so sorry if you heard that. Oh no. She wants to help. She wants to help. If she feels useless just sitting around here, then I'm inclined to go with this one. Okay, I have a few options. Oh, no, we can't. Find out what you can from SackQuest? Hell no. We heard from Bronwyn that man is pent up and frustrated. No, fuck that. Find out what you can from the Ouija board.
You got it. Me and the spirit world are going to have a serious chat. I'll get back to you when I find something.
Okay, Lexie, I salute you. Stay safe because I want to flirt more with you in the future.
Cavities and sinuses, but her head was completely empty.
Is that
A black
everyone?
void.
Oh. I'm going to assume I have spoken to everyone. I remember speaking to Ellis because there was that weird scene where Sam lost his phone or something and it was weird. Fuck it, let's ask. Violet's talking about aliens.
What do you know about it?
She thinks they're real. Maybe it's why she's taking pills. Have you looked into it? Ooh. Here's the thing with this last one. He's either gonna take that as, why would you think I'd play into a woman's delusions? What are you talking about? Or he's gonna say, you know, maybe she was being kidnapped and she just thought it was aliens and I did look into it and, you know, it was all good. I have the feeling, though, it would be the former. You know, oh, why would you think I'd play into her delusions? Blah, 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 blah. Here's the thing. She's clearly taking pills for schizophrenia. She wants to say it's for anxiety. And to be honest, I can understand why she'd do that. Anxiety has a far less negative reputation. You know, with so many medias, it's like, oh, we need a crazy person to be the killer. Like, let's give them a mental illness. Ooh, schizophrenia, yeah, they're hearing shit and seeing shit. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, media tends to demonize schizophrenics. However, people with anxiety in media, it's often like, oh, they're a shut-in and they're so nervous and anxious. These are people that should be pitied. Like, you should feel badly for people with anxiety. So I can understand why a schizophrenic might say, you know what, I don't want to tell people that I've got schizophrenia. I'm going to claim I've got anxiety instead. Like, I think that's understandable. Which leaves me with this one. She thinks they're real.
She thinks she was abducted. Obviously, it's all fiction.
Okay.
Rather than actually having your own identity as yourself. Now, for me personally, I believe that every...
Alrighty then. Let's start off as the chief. See if we can speak to Violet.
Hi, Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
Full advice, Ellis, and I think it's a lot of food for...
Claude.
Oh, what? Excuse you? Pardon? Maybe we need to do the bluff first.
with Poe and Monroe.
Vanessa.
You know, whilst I'm thinking about it... God, I just hope this doesn't set her off.
Smoke trails from my gun. 6 weeks of cheating husband.
I always feel like I'm on tender hooks with Violet. The chief said you'd tell me about the abduction.
I don't really want to.
Oh no, I want to know, but I feel bad. Whatever is going on with her, whether she is actually going through something or whether it is entirely within her own mind, it is something that is clearly causing her discomfort. But I want to know. Fuck it, we'll be a dick. Tell me.
About a month ago, the guest house was empty and I was alone in my bedroom. All I could hear was dripping. A cold tap. Drip. 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 And then it began. I could smell iron, a strong metallic smell. Then I could taste it on my tongue. And then weightlessness. Like time and space had stopped. That was the first time they took me.
It sounds like sleep paralysis to me. And I mean, if she does have, you know, schizophrenia, is prone to auditory, visual hallucinations, maybe delusional thinking, I don't know. I think it's understandable that she jumped to, I'm being abducted by aliens, rather than clearly sleep paralysis is happening. I should go see a doctor about that. Like I said, it's clearly distressing her. It's clearly distressing her, and for that reason I feel bad. First time?
It's happened 5 times. Even on clozapine. Get that strange aura, then I'm gone. I had tests for epilepsy, amongst other things. But all the scans were normal.
Do you actually disappear, you forget everything? Well, if she disappeared, how would she know? How would she know that? You forget everything?
No. I have certain flashbacks
I really need details about the abduction.
It's difficult to explain. I'm stuck in the wall of an enormous room made from these wooden vines, except the vines slowly move and drip with pain. My head is pushed out like I'm a trophy. If I look to my side, there are others, heads, all prisoners, being experimented on.
Oh, Ashlyn Diath is such a phenomenal actress. Oh my god. She is doing such a good job right now. Oh my, I want to clap. I want to clap. Here's the thing. I'm real fucking nervous. I want to specify. I want to hear, like, what she means, but I don't want to hear, like, oh, the aliens are raping us. Like, No, thank you. I don't want to hear about that. Because I couldn't find any warnings for that, for the Shapeshifting Detective, but I am very nervous because oh. Is it necessary information? She is clearly distressed. Is knowing what is going on to the other heads necessary information? I don't think it is. I would be interested to find out what was happening, but I don't think it's necessary information. Okay. Fair dues.
China?
No.
And back to the chief.
Hi, Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
And I am going to bring this episode to a close right here. So, until the next one, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Kallista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.